it's your friend Steve. I'm just gonna record this because who knows? I'm not gonna live forever. I mean, look at me. I'm 6'8", way overweight. You know, odds are I probably won't live like a long life. I mean, probably I could probably make it to like 50. But anyway, just wanted to record this, just in case I have kids and they have like kids. Just in case, I could just like tell them like, hey, your dad loves you. Like your young dad loves you. Like this is like a looper version of your dad. That's like telling you like, life's gonna be okay. Life doesn't make any sense, by the way. If you're watching this and you're like, oh, my dad's a hard ass. So I'm young right now. Youngish. Let's be honest, youngish. And life just doesn't make any sense. We're like floating on a rock right now in the middle of space. And we all hate each other. But we're all like stuck here on this planet. And it's not like anybody's gonna go away. Like, black people aren't gonna like go away. Like, so hating people just because they look what they look like or where they're from just doesn't make any sense. Like, you realize your life is literally a roll of the dice. Like, I ended up being a straight white male. I lucked out. Like, I got the, like, like the random best card. Because, I mean, honestly, like, when has anything really been really shitty for my people? Right now, it's not great for us because, like, maybe like 20, 30 years ago, like, A plus plus. But now it's like, kind of like we're getting the shit end. Like, all, like, our ancestors were just, like, real assholes, and then all of a sudden they're, like, my, like, generation of white people, like, the people before us, like, ran up the tab. This is also, like, for global warming. Like, we went out to dinner, and, like, they're like, oh, yeah, get the lobster, get this, get that. Oh, hell yeah, let's get another round. Let's get 15 rounds. And then, like, the check came, and they're like, oh, yeah, I forgot my wallet. You guys got this, right? That's what, like, global warming is. Like, right now, like, all these old people are like, oh, it's not our problem. Yeah, it's not your problem. You're going to be dead. But, like, our grandkids, if I have kids, are going to be like, oh, well, fuck my parents for, like, not giving a shit when they could have gave a shit. That's what life is. Just give a shit when you can give a shit. And if you can't give a shit, it's alright. Make up for the next time you can give a shit. But for the most part, just be nice and treat people the way you want to be treated. And don't be a fucking dick. Like, don't be a dick your whole life. I guess that's, like, really the main, like, just don't be a dick. Like, if you could, like, help it. Like, if you have the option to be a dick or don't be a dick, just don't be a dick. And that's, like, you'll get through life perfectly. Because the people will often, like, look back at you and be like, oh, he like said nice things when he could say nice things, and people were like, oh, like, I'm not a great person, but, like, every once in a while I'll get a little edit, and then I'll just be like, oh, I want to tell everyone how much I love them, and I'll tell people how much I love them. Like, I love my mom, I love my sister, I love my best friend, my both best friends. I have two best friends. One of them is kind of like, the other one's a solid best friend. But the other one's like, I'm like, oh, are we best friends? And then we hang out, I'm like, oh, yeah, he does like me. Other than that, I'm like, always like, does he like me? Maybe. Anyway, this is weird for my kids watching this. Imagine my great-grandkids. They're like, what was great-granddad like? Like, I don't know anything about my great-granddad. Like, my dad never told me anything about my great-granddad. And my grandfather never told me anything about his father. He barely talked to me. So I have, like, no idea what my great-grandfather was like. Could have been, like, just a straight-up asshole. I've seen some pictures of him, and he looks like... wow. Oh, shit, I was supposed to say edit. Fuck. Anyway, he, like, definitely, like, adopted Hitler's, like, whole outfit. The timeline doesn't make sense, though. Because he came before? No, he definitely came before World War II. He was definitely, because my grandfather fought in World War II, and he was, like, 17. So my grandfather came probably, like, after World War I. They were like, time to go. where they were like the Kaisers, right? That was World War One. They weren't Nazis then. They might have been like pre-Nazis. They were like almost Nazis. Almost Nazis. The delightful coming of age of Nazis. Almost Nazis this fall, starring Deborah Messing and some young Jew boy. Why would he be Jewish if he's a Nazi? That'd be a terrible casting. I'm not a good cast director. Anyway, sorry, grandkids. Anyway, what else I like to talk about? Be nice to people. You could tell a lot about a person about how they treat animals. Are they really nice to animals? They're probably like a really nice person. If they're like dicks to animals, no. They're a sociopath. It's the people that are like really nice to animals that like, that's what you want. And also don't like go after the hottest girl you can go after. Like go after like someone that's like maybe a little more attractive than you, but she doesn't have to be super attractive. Because those are the fun ones. Like, you know, like a 6 or a 7. Shoot for middle. Shoot for the middle. Don't shoot for the stars. Because then they'll get boring. What are you going to do? You're going to friggin' date a supermodel and then, you know, she's going to turn into a toad and you're going to be like, oh, fuck. What are we going to talk about now? And then, like, if you're a supermodel, you're going to go out with a fucking super hot dude who's going to age gracefully and then just dump you and fuck another supermodel who's like 18, 19. So it's like not, it's like people are like, oh, it's really easy to be a hot person. Not really. Because if you're a hot, like really me, like I can look like this all the time. So I can go outside and look like this all the time. Like if you're a really hot person, you have to like take time, make yourself look pretty every day. And that's like fucking a drain. It really is a drain. It's like a drain to be anybody, really. It's tough being a person. Because you really have to like, people are like, oh, you don't have to care what people think. You do. Like, you're in society. Like, you choose to live here. Like, if you don't care about what people think, go live in the woods. Like, don't be part of a society and force people to deal with your nonsense. Like, if you're an asshole, go to the woods. Get a woodshed. Get a cabin and live in the woods. And talk to the deer. And the deer's like, oh, this guy's an asshole. What a crazy thing. Like Dr. Dolittle, talk to animals. Like animals really should not have like a lot to say. I feel like my dog's like, food's good. I like balls. I like this. I don't think my dog has like a lot of, like, I don't think my dog's like, you know, the answer to life is like, I don't think my dog's like a fucking philosopher. I think he's just a fucking dog that likes food and likes to fucking sleep. And he probably is like every day like, Where's my owner? Where's my owner? That's probably like all he says. And Dr. Doodle will like, you know, have to walk around and like talk to people. And then like all the animals sound like celebrities. Which would be weird because like people like talk like people sound like celebrities all the time. So like animals probably do sound like celebrities. But it's always like they get the weird people like the Norm Macdonalds and Gilbert Godfreys of the world. Like I guess animals have to sound like somebody like that. Anyway, that's why my podcast should just be like, it should be just like, oh, anyway. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. I started like the whole day I was in a good mood. And then whenever I'm about to sleep, I always have like this panic that I'm like, it's it. This is it. This is over. That's not over. I think I just have like indigestion. But maybe it is over. What if it is? But if I want people to know, I love everybody. I love you. Like, if we've ever had a conversation and I went out of my way to tell you I love you, I fucking do love you. I do love too many people. Like, I don't know how my heart is alive. Because I love people on a level that I shouldn't love people. Like, I'm a dude who is constantly like shit on. Like literally I started a podcast and like people literally leave the most hateful comments. And I'm just trying to be funny. But they don't really affect me because there's no context. Like people just want to be mean to be mean. Like this isn't like people like actually know me. Like if someone like sat down, like if my best friend Jason was like one day like, oh, you're like a fat piece of shit and you fucking like are racist and an asshole or whatever. Like, whatever he wanted to write. I don't want to write the thing for him. Yeah, then I'd be like, my heart. But it's just like some people that come across my face on the internet and just say hateful things. They just say, like, try to be hurtful for no reason. Those people I don't care about. But other people, like my people that I chose, my tribe, if they didn't like me, I would have been like, oh, what if they don't like me, though? I want to just this on record. So this is just a weird episode. Because I can't sleep. And it's like 4 in the morning. It might be only like 2 in the morning. It's actually 7 at night. Anyway, I just want this on record. I love everybody. I love my mother. I love my sister. I love Jason. I love Eamon. If I don't, I'm not going to say your name, but I love you. If I've ever told you I love you, I love you. And when I do die, grandkids, great-grandkids, great-grandkids, just remember, you're great. Well, if I die right now, it's going to be like, you've never existed. But anyway, if you ever do exist, just remember, I was an alright guy. Also, my funeral. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I don't want anybody to wear black. No one's allowed to wear black. If you wear black, you are getting punched in the face. Don't punch him in the face. Maybe like push him or something. Not violently. Maybe like I'm gonna have t-shirts like, hey, I went to Steven's funeral and all I got was this crummy t-shirt. It's gonna be like, picture me like. Also, don't cry. Because I think I'm going to a better place. I think so. I think I've like made a lot of jokes in my life that it was always in like the defense of being funny. Because life really sucks sometimes. And I just want the world to laugh. And I really do want the world to laugh. That's like my wish, is to make the world laugh. Because life is sad. Life is just like, we get close to people and then they die. And then, unfortunately, we're greedy. And we want people to be around forever, but that's just not how it is. We should just be grateful for the moments we do have, like the moments we had together. Just remember, like right now. Man, that was crazy. Remember when that happened? And we had maybe we should just play this at my funeral. It would get a lot of views. I would just get one view. You could just be playing it at my funeral. It would just be one view. And it'd be like, damn. I think my one goal in life, I think I could make it happen. I just want to have one video go, like, get 1 million views. Just, like, 1 million views. Actually, I want one video to get... How many people died in the Holocaust? I feel like, as a German, I just need to make people laugh. Oops. I tooted. Just make people laugh. Like, I had nothing to do with the Holocaust. My bad. I'm German. I'm sorry. What a weird thing happened to me this week. So I met this really hot chick, and then she was like, oh, let me get your Snapchat. I was like, okay, well, sure. I was like, that sounds good. I usually just add random hot chicks on Snapchat when I'm high. Or when I'm high. Shit, edit it. I need to edit. Anyway, she was like, oh, let me add you. I said, okay. And then she goes, oh, I'm German too. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, I didn't say I was German. And she was like, oh, no, it popped up on your Snapchat. I can offer. I was like, oh, yeah. And she goes, oh, I only know one phrase in German. And I was like, oh, cool. I know no phrases in German because I took German for 2 years. And my high school German teacher was just like always yelling about something. And never like really taught us anything. He wasn't a bad teacher. I think we got in his nerves and he would just start arguing about something and talking about like bicycles and shit. Because I don't remember anything that he taught me. I just remember he yelled a lot. Which probably wasn't easy for me being in, because I was always trying to make people laugh. And I really didn't care about school. Because I thought it'd always work out. And sometimes it does. And sometimes it doesn't. Oh, man. It's sleepy. Anyway, so she goes, "Oh, I only know one phrase in German." And I go, "Okay, well, what's that?" And she was just like, Herder. Sorry, YouTube, but that's what she said. Which she translated to "fuck me harder." Explicit, sorry, YouTube. Which I was like, oh, well, that's. I mean, a hot girl telling me that, it's like, oh, that's great. It's like, but then I was like, how did you learn that? Like, who taught you that? Like the scenarios where like your grandmother didn't, like your German grandmother didn't walk up and be like, oh, here's a way. Oh, I have a phrase for you to learn. Oh, it's Unschneifergehörde. And you're like, oh, what's that mean, Grandma? She's like, oh, I used to tell all the boys that came home from war, oh, fuck me harder. You're like, oh, Grandma, gross. Or like, it's like, her uncle, like, was like, sorry, I don't know why I went there. I always go to like the darkest place. 1, 2, 3. Save for edit. Sorry, I said really racist things in my head. Anyway, yeah. But that reminds me of another story. How gullible I am. Because I'm a child. I'm a real child mind guy. I don't know if I'm like special needs or anything, but I think I have the mind of a child because things make me laugh, and I also like to see the wonder in things. That's why I like. Sorry, Chris. Sorry. That's why I don't understand when people are like so mad at like mentally handicapped people, because like I used to be like that. Like, oh, like this is the kid in my neighborhood who's special needs, and all he cares about is Pokemon. And I used to be like, oh, well, that sucks. And I think I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I feel bad for his parents because, like, he's never going to be, like, an adult. And, like, your parents usually are, like, send you off and, you become a boring adult. And you live a life of leisure. Not leisure. Like, you turn into a cynic and, hate all the things that are waiting for you are bills and taxes. And this kid will never grow up. He'll always be like a child. Like, he's always going to be in like a state, like an Arrested Development state, where it's always like, oh, I need to catch them all. And like, he's really living in a Pokemon like TV show, because he's never going to grow up. I mean, he looks like he's like 50 years old, but he's never going to grow up in his mind. And like, is that a bad thing? I don't think so. So, like, he's taken care of. It looks like he's well fed and taken care of. I mean, it sucks for everyone around him. You just want to be mad at him. Like, you want to be like, you're going to be like, not hate, but I mean, you're going to be like, oh man, I really wish I had like a son that would grow up. But for him, I mean, it's a delightful existence. I think it's more like, I feel bad for the parents because that's tough. Like, you love your kids, but it's like, you want your kids to get out of the way. You want your kids to keep living their own lives and not be in your way of living your life. But I don't know. Hopefully, I hope everyone knows I love everybody, and if they have special needs, I'm sorry. Let's try to make everyone like, hey, my grandkids, your grandfather loves special needs kids. Not in a weird way. Relax. Anyway. Oh, saving for edit. Let's finish it up. Because I've been talking for a long time. I know, like, yawning, it's just annoying. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Stay, if you like me and you found any of this funny, or if you're just concerned about me, spread it to people. Tell 10,000 people. And if everyone tells 10,000 people, this video will get to like 1 million hits. Not that it matters. I just want to make the world laugh. Anyway, love you guys. Let's have a drink this week to special needs kids and their parents. Mostly their parents. They need a drink. It's a tough existence. Anyway. Look like I was crying. Maybe I am. Anyway. Love you guys. Head away in the show. Oh. And as always. And I mean it as always. And for a while now, I'm just going to say, fuck Hitler. And fuck the Supreme Court. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them so hard they get pregnant, and then you make them carry that baby. That's how hard I want you to fuck the Supreme Court. Nope. No coat hangers for you. Actually, yeah, coat hangers for you. They just want people to put coat hangers up there. Never mind. Too much. It's a woman's choice, and it doesn't affect you. Fuck it. Fuck you. Let them do what they want to do. It's their life. Anyway, what a way to end. Love you guys. Bye. Fuck Hitler.